We're going to call this the last part of how to port a power saw. Echo 670, I put a still 25 inch, 24, whatever you want to call it, 84 driver, 3/8, hand filed. So I'm going to get this thing running and let's talk about braking. This is the first time this saw's been in the wood. It is literally not cut a stick. Let's do this together. So let me get set up and I'll hit you guys back up after. Okay, so the final part of this series, we will probably run this saw one more time on video. This is break-in, okay? I have idled this saw for 20 minutes, 25 minutes already, a couple times now. I'm taking it easy on this one. Want to break your saws in gentle, and I like to idle them quite a bit before I put them in the wood, especially when they're ported. So this power saw has never been in the wood yet. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to fire this thing up. I'm going to let it get good and warm, and then I'm going to tune it so it's slightly rich, and I'll let you guys hear that. And then we're just going to buck this log gently. We're going to make sure it comes back to idle, and we're going to just make sure that we don't have any air leaks. We're going to make sure it oils, all the stuff that you worry about. It's pretty treacherous in here, so I'm going to take my time and I'm going to slowly buck this log up. Okay, I'm going to fire this power saw up. Just going to make sure you guys can see me here. Okay, I'm going to fire this power saw up and I'm going to let it warm up. Okay, let's see if it starts. I have not fired it up today. Okay, full choke. I'm going to let this saw warm up for about 5 minutes before it touches the wood. I'm just going to pause it and we'll come back. Okay, I've got the saw nice and warm. I'm going to check to make sure that it's nice and rich on the first tang, okay? I don't want to turn this thing up all the way till I feel that the rings are seated. We'll talk about when you know the rings are seated at the end. Let's put this thing in the wood. Okay, right there, I just gave it I leaned the low jet out just a little bit. You could hear it was a little bit, idling a little bit slow. So I leaned out the low jet about a 1/16 of a turn, okay? And now I'm checking to make sure that it has quick throttle. Okay, you guys hear that? It's nice and rich. Look at the oil. Man, does this power saw oil. Okay, this saw is nice and rich. So I'm going to cut with it rich. If it doesn't 4-stroke in this cut, I'm actually going to make it richer. Okay. Did you guys hear that? It's nice and rich, not super fat, but you can run it super fat if you want, meaning it's rich. Okay, now that I'm happy that this thing starts, idles, oils, I'm going to buck this log up all the way. Okay, I'll get you guys in here nice and close and let's enjoy breaking this saw in together. I can already tell this thing is going to be very strong. I'm actually quite surprised. This might actually be a 266 killer, believe it or not. wrenching this thing up right now just to make this one cut. Again, I'm being very, very careful not to overdo it. I want to see how this saw runs, but again, I don't want to overdo it for the first time. Bring you guys in closer. This saw runs good. I'm actually very, very happy with it. Okay, right there, did you hear the saw was starting to get rich again? The rings are starting to break in already on this saw. As the saw breaks in, as your rings start to seat, you will notice that the bottom end, the low jet, gets richer. That's a good thing till eventually you'll tune it for that last time and you'll feel it. The saw will get broken in and it'll pull harder. Okay? Move you guys back. We'll hit some of the smaller stuff here. Oh, it's about ready to take a load of wood home. I'm gonna let the saw cool down and I'm gonna do that again. I'm just playing basically today. I'm actually dying to put this thing into something bigger, but what do you guys think so far? Let's have a little chit chat while the saw's cooling down. I'm gonna sit right here on this log. Okay, so we fired the saw up. There we go. We fired the saw up. It starts and idles. It tunes easily. So right there we know we don't have an air leak. So that's a good thing, okay? The saw restarts. Again, that's awesome. Oh, I see my, the old britches suspenders here came loose. Why didn't you guys tell me that? Did you guys see that on film? Hold on here. Can a large man put his arms behind him? Okay, that's good enough. Okay, yeah, and it came loose again. I'm just gonna do it while I yak with you guys. So, the saw restarts. Hold on a second here, guys. I overexceeded the torque capacity of my suspenders, I'm guessing. Let's clip these on here. I'm not flexible enough to... Okay, we're just gonna leave it. I'm not editing that out either, guys. Okay, the saw starts, it runs, it oils good, it restarts. At this point, folks, I'm gonna say we have a successful build. Make those small carburetor adjustments as you need them during break-in. When rings and everything aren't seated, the saw will tend to overrun, meaning it'll overspeed if it's too lean. So be mindful of that. Until your rings are seated, you don't want the saw to scream, because again, you could potentially burn it up. Now, I've never burnt up a saw that I've rebuilt or that I've ported, but it does happen. So just be aware. What you do now will set the tone for how this saw is going to live. This saw right now, guys, it's strong. I'm super happy. Again, I've never ported an Echo, so why not do it on YouTube in front of everybody, right? We can all learn together. I'm just having fun, guys, and like I always say, it's super cool that you guys join in, and I'm glad that you guys have watched the How to Port a Power Saw series. So it's about 4 or 5 degrees Celsius right now. Yes, I have bare arms, Canadian, eh? Let's see if this thing restarts. I'll make a few more cuts, and I think we're good for the day. Let's see what's going on. And like I said, as the rings seat, you'll notice your bottom end, your low jet, will get too rich. Okay, you'll have to squeak that low jet a little here and a little there. This one seems like it's going to be tight right away, so meaning they're seating. So I'm happy, guys. I'll brack you guys up. Let's fire this thing back up and let's get this saw rocking and rolling. Now again, I want to cut that big stuff there, but not during break-in. I mean, I guess I could, but me personally, and this is just my opinion, guys, and you know what they say about opinions, everybody's got one. My opinion is not to overwork the saw during break-in. And again, as I always say, I'm still fighting with this suspender. As I always say, your mileage might vary. So again, guys, you do with your saw what you want. I'm just telling you my experience. Okay, let's try this thing with no choke. so right there, this saw's a little lean. It's not lean. It's not lean in terms of tuning. It's a little lean for what I would like for break-in. So I'm going to give it a little more high jet again, guys. Super happy with this saw. She's a runner, and this thing was not a runner stock. I will say that, guys. It was just okay. Again, guys, you hear it four-stroking a little here and there. That's what I want during break-in. Again, I don't want to get this thing too hot. Now, it's not particularly warm out today, so I don't really have to worry about it getting warm. But again, guys, I like to be super careful during that first tank or two. And again, I've never blown up a saw doing it this way, so not to say that I've never blown up a saw. I have, just not during break-in. I hear a little rattle in this thing. I think something's going on with the recoil. Again, this is a time to just notice loose fasteners, whatever, right? It happens, guys. Just pay attention to the saw and treat it right, and break-in will be good. Let's fire this thing back up, make a few cuts, and I think we'll call this thing done. I will run it one more time on film, probably fully broken in and turned up, but I'm happy. Check out these chips, guys, just so you can kind of see. Here, guys, I'm still on site cutting. Checking the piston. So we've run the saw now. And look, nothing. It looks perfect, okay? Just a little quickie here. I just wanted to show you guys. See if I can get it to zoom in there. Okay, look at the condition this piston is in. You can still see the machine marks on it. That's why I didn't change it. Okay, that's what you want when you're done. No scoring, no nothing. There you go. Okay guys, well, we'll probably do a wrap-up video. How to port a power saw, start to finish. There you guys go. I really wanted to do this. Thank you everybody that's watching, and I appreciate you guys. Follow those steps and you can pull big chips like that at high speed. As always, thanks for watching. Take her easy. Later guys. Appreciate you.